Thanks so much for tuning into the Trade Setup. I'm Neeraj Shah. Good morning, and it's a turnaround of sorts, if you will, because if the markets managed to do what they did yesterday on a bad markets day, today is actually a benign global markets day. So let's take stock of the situation. First, yeah, the global roundup. So stocks by and large rose in the US as the bond yields halted the surge and oil tumbled. That's actually, I think, the big thing because oil has slumped below $85 for the first time since January on demand fear, and this isn't going away seemingly. British pound fell to its lowest level against the dollar since 1985, and the dollar index by and large has been up against everything else, but in particular against some European currencies like British pound for sure. Back home, Delhi's banned firecrackers to save lives as winter pollution looms. This is such a touchy topic because the proponents of celebrating Diwali through firecrackers would say, hey, pollution is happening through a bunch of other means. So why only choose this, which is our source of enjoyment? I wouldn't mention which side I am bent on. I don't just that I've stopped bursting firecrackers. To my life, it doesn't make a difference, even if Mumbai were to do that. To be very honest, if it helps some elderly in breathing better, I'm all for it. Doesn't matter to me really. But anyways, it's a move that's been taken by Delhi. That's the limited point I wanted to make. Anyways, let's get back. U.S. markets traded well. Futures are flat, but there's a bit of a bounce that we're seeing out there on the U.S. markets for sure. The other indices, other indicators, dollar index at about 110, 109.76, 110 or thereabouts. 10-year yield maybe down from 3.34 to 3.25. So yeah, that's the long and short of what's happening. The Bitcoin, I don't know why this nasty percentage mark behind that price also stays. This is the second day in the last 2 days that's happening. We'll try and get that sorted. But anyways, yeah, it's 19,000 odd, whatever. It's slightly above from the 18,000 mark. Was the trade setup therefore for the day? Well, Wednesday's trade, yesterday's trade, that is for India, I think was a day of recovery as opposed to a day of correction, simply because the index, the Nifty, moved up 80 points from the lows of the day. So it was a day of recovery for sure. FI flow, by the way, yesterday was positive, but here's the deal. I was reading, I think, in an MK note that FI flow was positive for the third consecutive fortnight, taking the total inflows in the last 45 days to nearly $8 billion. Foreign investors have rediscovered India, even if they are ETF specific outflows and specific EMs not seeing money. I think maybe because of the EMX China funds or otherwise, foreign inflow has been positive in India, which is a great sign. And when I speak to dealers, I think what is coming out particularly is that media and cement stocks rally may have some more legs to go over the course of today or the next few days. So I think I'll watch out for that. Some bit of rally has been done in cement, I would reckon, but others are playing catch up. Yesterday, Shree Cement was up about 5%. Yesterday, Ultratech was up about 3.5%, if I'm not wrong. Some of the other smaller cement names did well. So it was not just ACC Ambuja. Others are now moving higher. Let's wait and watch if cement has something. I think there were also some tweets about how cement dealers are saying that apparently prices have been raised as well. So that's something to monitor. Now, stocks to watch in the session today, aside of media and cement, of course. Z Entertainment would be top draw, I reckon. They've received the NCLT approval to convene the shareholder meet for considering and approving the Sony deal. NCLT has directed the company to hold the shareholders meet on October 14th. Anything which takes Z closer to the merger is a positive. Let's wait and watch. Yesterday, there was some serious buying. I actually kind of some people factored in that there was something in Z Entertainment yesterday. Until 3 p.m., 42 lakh shares were marked for delivery. 163, 164 crores worth of buying until 3 p.m. yesterday. It showed that there was some bit of informed buying happening in Z Entertainment, and there could be interesting moves today as well. Interglobe Aviation, so the Gangwal family holds a very large stake. Out of that very large stake, they've said that as of now, what's come out is that they're going to offload 1.08 crore shares, which is about 2.8% in the airline through a block deal. The question is, viewers, does this signal the beginning of the tap of the Gangwal family offloading stake? If so, does it put a cap on any upside on Interglobe, despite the fact that crude prices tumbling actually is a positive? Now, remains to be seen. I don't know. I would logically believe that even though crude prices coming off is a positive, if there is this threat of or this technical factor of more supply coming in from interglobe aviation promoters, strokers, or promoter, as the case may be, whatever you call it, then it will put a lid on the upsides, and therefore people got to be careful if they're doing the longs. So just keep that at the back of your mind. Yeah, you know, Interglobe certainly remains a stock in focus. I would suspect that there should be some uh, price corrective moves, but let's wait and watch. I may be wrong. Some other stocks in news include Coal India plus GMDC because Asian coal prices have hit record highs. So watch out for these. Watch out for Cipla. It's got the USFDA approval for generic version of Revlimid. And CONCOR, within the cabinet, has approved the modification of LLF. Yesterday, there was this news, I think, on CNBC Awaaz. And then there was some other clarifications where I think finally, even though the actual thing might not be known, there is some positivity to this. I think Nomura note encapsulates this CONCOR news very well. They're saying, of course, they have upgraded to a buy on a higher target price of 918 rupees per share. They are saying that the stock currently trades at about 23 times FY24 EPS of 30 rupees per share. They continue to value CONCOR on DCF basis, and therefore they arrive at a valuation of 775. But to that, they are adding 143 rupees per share in potential acquisition synergies, leading to a target price of 918. And they are hence upgrading CONCOR to a buy with a 26% upside. The key downside risk are, of course, our delay in the WDFC linkage with key ports and loss of market share. If that were to happen, the key is, viewers, I think what Nomura's call is that this LLF getting resolved in whichever shape or form essentially leads to potential acquisition synergies for CONCOR, which is what they are now starting to factor in. Interesting thought. We'll actually be talking to the author of this note on this and a bunch of other specific issues tomorrow at about 9:30 or 10 a.m. So it's an interesting conversation to watch out for. But watch out for CONCOR today. Had a rally, had a massive rally before it cooled off a bit yesterday. Let's see if there's a continuation of an up move. There is an interesting coverage on Home First Finance from Motilal Oswal. They're initiating coverage with the target price of 1,020. They're saying it's aggressively leveraging its core competencies to ride on a multi-year growth opportunity. They've observed that the stock has delivered an AUM growth of 45% along with robust asset quality over the last 5 years. And they are modeling in an AUM PAT CAGR of 29% and 24% respectively over FY22 to 25. Well, if these assumptions turn out to be true, it's an interesting proposition. Some price volume action seen in stocks like Dhanseri Investments, which was up 13% yesterday. Volumes were 4.7 times 1 week average. Or Tarson's Products, which was up about 14.5% yesterday. Volumes of 4 times 1 week average. Or Hindustan Foods, which was up 6%, not really double digit gains, but volumes were about 3.5 times 1 week average. Maybe there's some activity brewing here. I don't know about it, but it could be interesting. Could be interesting to watch what First Source or Vodafone do. But First Source, volumes of 4.6 times 30-day average. The stock gained about 6.7% and OI was up about 9%. Vodafone delivery volumes were up 319% compared to Tuesday. The stock was up 7.1%. OI increased by 11.8%. And some other active small caps include a Bharat Wire Ropes, EIH Hotel, and Good Luck India. EIH Hotel in particular had 11% uptick yesterday. Remember, all discretionary D2C stocks are making moves one after the other. Hotel stocks are no different, and EIH yesterday was certainly up there. So it's not just Indian hotels which is right now ruling the roost in terms of stock price gains in the hotel space. EIH made its presence felt yesterday as well. What I've missed out on in giving graphics for are stocks like HDFC Life, wherein the monthly data that came out showed that the individual RWRP rose about 17% YOY for August and did very well, HDFC Life, on a 3-year basis as well. So watch out for HDFC Life. Maybe there's a positive reaction today. Maybe watch out for ICICI Pru, which may not have that positive reaction today. And watch out for the new kid on the block, Dhampur Bioorganics, the stock list today. Just keep in mind, viewers, that it will be in the trade to trade segment for the first 10 trading days. So the gains, even if there are gains, may not be muted. I hear that, just a second, let me not make a mistake here. I hear that the stock may trade or open at about 100 and 140, yeah, 140, 145 rupees per share, I believe, at about 6 times FY24 and 15% ROC. This is courtesy Omkara Capital Research, of course, but yeah, so it may list it around that price, so do watch out for that one as well. Thanks so much for tuning into the viewers. Have a safe day ahead. And yep, if you are in the rear seats or if you are in the front seats, please wear your seatbelt. It might just save your life and spare your family some pain.